Hi everyone, it's Pedro Bias from Go for Glory Stable. Today is November 16th, 2025. This is the update for last week. Just as a reminder, I'm the founder and managing partner of Go for Glory Stable. Charlie Longo is the general manager. He's in Harris, Philadelphia today, driving some horses. And as usual, please like or subscribe if you like these updates and these videos, as it helps the channel. Uh, this time, I promise this update is gonna be short. So, I don't want to, I do not want, we're just doing one video. We're gonna have all the horses in there. Thankfully, it's actually not that much we have to kind of go through. So, I'm gonna make this quick. And then we're combining the baby video. We're combining the racehorse videos and the summary all together. The summary, yeah, at a high level this past week. It was just racing. We just had a couple, we just had some horses racing. Um, we didn't buy any horses. Um, and so we didn't have that going on. We're selling a horse tomorrow, Money Man, so we'll see how that goes. Um, just kind of see you'll kind of see how that goes as far as like how much he goes for. I know Paul's getting a lot of calls on him. People reaching out to me on him too. So I mean, he seems popular. Seems like it seems like he looks like he's the star of that sale tomorrow. So hoping for the best. We'll see kind of how that goes. And all right. So with that being said, I think that's really the main thing going on as far as like any new horses, yearlings. I know some people have been asking about yearlings, and this is why they've been selling on the website, and they're selling, but people have been jumping in on them, and there's really not much left. It's just Beetlejuice left, and I say just Beetlejuice, but he's actually pretty good. Or should I say he's very promising, and he's only 15,000. And we actually got some videos of him jogging that we got to send out, um, and a picture of him. But yearlings though, we're not looking for any more yearlings, so that's pretty much done. I think we got 8 yearlings this year, so you know um that's a lot. Last year we had 4 yearlings, so we had 8 yearlings this year, and we're not looking for any more yearlings. If you see one come up, then it's like something that we couldn't pass up. But I'd say more than likely we're not. And then, but your racehorses though, we're going to be looking at tons of racehorses between basically now and um, yearling season next year, August. So those will keep coming, and there's still a good time right now to buy racehorses. So we're going to be looking, and the goal is we want those good horses. So, we don't want any more drill types. We don't want any more Ships Revenge. Bluebird Time actually worked out pretty good. Artist Best is actually working out pretty good too, even though he went through a little lull for a bit. But we just want to focus on better quality horses going forward. Um, Rose's Luck types. Gretzky the Great. Go down the line. The horses, Nola, Soho Skyfall, those types. Those are the ones that we want to keep focus on going forward, and it's better for everyone. They race for the most money, and they're consistent, and you kind of know what you're going to get every time. So, but they're not that cheap. So like you won't be able to get them for 7,000, 8,000, $10,000. So, they're going to be more like, yeah, 20, Invictus was 20,000. That was a bargain. 20,000, that was not normal. Like that was just an incredible bargain. That's why everyone talks about Invictus. I'm like, yeah, he really should have sold for 30, 35. Me and Lou and Charlie and Lou Amorosa, the co-owner, we took a shot on him, and just for the heck of it, and just figuring, let's just see what if he falls to us, and he did. And then he's punching way above his weight. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be more like 20,000 is probably gonna be our low end. If you see something that's 18,000, it's like, and that's probably like there has to be some good reason for it, or 15,000, there has to be some really good reason for it. Like the horse is temporarily not doing that great, but we think they can do a lot better. But more than likely than not, it's probably gonna be like somewhere between 20 25 is gonna be the minimum, and then but we're not gonna be spending a fortune either. You're not gonna see $100,000 resources. You're gonna see more like somewhere between 20 25 and 60, 65, probably around there. So, um, but not that many of those. So it's probably going to be more in the 20, 25 and the 50 range. So anyway, that's what's going on from a racehorse perspective. Yearling's not doing anymore. We're going to try to get Paul's Trot Talk session with Paul, Trot Talk on a Sunday. Hopefully we can, once we get that scheduled and figured out with Paul, then we can send it out. Hopefully we send it out We want to get at least a month notice to people, just so you can, clear your calendars, or if you want to listen to Paul and ask him any questions you have. So, um, and he, talk to him directly, and then I think we're getting towards the end of the year, so you might start seeing some tax emails coming. Um, so that's just be aware of that obviously you don't no one wants to talk about that, but something we got to deal with as owners. So that will be coming, and I think that's about it as far as I know. I'm always I feel like I always miss something once I jump off, but um, I think that's it for now for what's hanging out there. And all right. Oh, and the auction. We're gonna look to schedule another auction, online auction, um, either November or December. So one of these 2 months we'll get one in there. Um, so all right. With that being said, I'm gonna quickly go through the horses. I'm gonna try and purposely make this fast. So, adios, my Lindy. Nothing to note. Nothing to note with her. She's with Paul. Turned out right now, and she'll be back in training soon. Artist best. Um, and by the way, when I'm short on some of these horses, like Adios, my Lindy, it's by design. You don't want to hear any updates. If Paul reaches out to us on Adios right now and she just turned out, that's not a good thing. So that's kind of like the way to look at it is they're just sitting outside, eating grass all day. So we do not want to get a call from Paul on Adios, my Lindy, or any horse that's like turned out and doing nothing. So let's get this. We definitely want to show this race. This is Charlie, another magnificent drive. He's at Nemo on this today actually. And I give him credit. It was really. I actually watched the replay yesterday when I woke up. Um, I saw it live, but on my phone. I don't know if when you have kids, it's like they take all the TV, so you don't have the TV. Anyway, there's Charlie right there. He's the six horse, and he blasted off. And now Artist Best doesn't have a lot of gate speed anymore. He used to when he was younger. He's like 7 years old now. So Charlie's kind of sitting there, and then that horse, that four horse right there, he's playing hardball with Charlie, and it looks like Charlie's thinking about going to the back here to like the eighth hole, and then Charlie just kind of says, "Let's do this. Let's just." You know what, you only live once, let's, as one of our guys says, go for broke, one of our owners. um and I like this I was watching this and I'm like, you know what, I you know don't go, please, don't go sit all the way back, eighth or ninth, don't sit last like that. let's we got a good horse, he's in good form right now. Let's just, if he can't make this move and he falls backwards, all right, I can live with it. So there's Charlie. He's fighting over there. He's really getting at him um, to get to the front here. And that I was a little scared right here because I was like, man, I hope he's not using them, but I hope the horse isn't really getting tied out. You see that gap right here. So Gio was pushing Charlie. Gio Hernandez. He was pushing Charlie. He didn't want Charlie to take the lead, and Charlie gets the lead, and he's still motoring. He's still motoring here, artist best. And at this point, 24, so that's about 27 and 3. That's a fast 27 and 3. That's a fast third quarter. So at this point, I'm like, we might actually win this. You know what I mean? We might actually win this. The stretch is long. That's how it is in the mile. And Charlie's working on him, and he's doing the right thing. He kind of he blocked that four off a little bit. We Charlie did everything he could. He's getting after the horse. The horse giving it all, and then boom, right there. And that one horse did a big move. He was sitting on the post the whole time, and he just kind of like went all the way outside in the last second and nipped him. But hey, great job by Charlie. Excellent job by Artist Best. Good job to Artist Best owners. He is back in form. So he's back in form. He'll be back in the box tomorrow at Meadowlands and oh my goodness, at Meadowlands and uh, no tag. Won't have a tag on him. So he cannot be claimed. Which rightfully so. He's racing great right now. He probably would get claimed. Um, So anyway, here's Bo Weastel. He's our new addition. He's the six horse, just jumping right into the race. He was at Yonkers on Thursday, and he actually was a five hole. And I actually think that kind of hurt us. The fact that there was a big scratch in here, and the favorite got scratched, and he got the five hole, and he gets off the gate. And I can't fault getting off the gate. I can't fault it. Yonkers, you got to be close to the front. not 90% of the time. And the horse is pushing hard, and then right here he's kind of trying to squeeze into that little hole right there, and then it looks like Bo Easto just got flustered, and then the rest of the race, he was like the horse was really flustered, and he broke around some of the other turns. Jimmy said he was just really fired up after that. So um, Yonkers is tough. Half mile is tough. When you blast into that first turn, you need a trotter that's like super super you know, focused and things like that to do that first turn blast. That's why not all turns. Not all horses can do half. Now, Bo Easto can do a half. We know he can do a half. He's done it. He has proven track work of doing a half. It's just first time at Yonkers. You're not used to seeing, hearing that noise. Yonkers is different than any other place. It's like a city environment. For anyone who's been over there with all the cars and the honking and the lights. So, yeah, it just is what it is. It wasn't the start we wanted, and I was kind of hoping, and Rob's kind of hoping he came off the pace. Didn't happen. So, but I don't fault trying to go for the front. I never fault trying to, make an aggressive move. I can't. So, but yeah, he's back in the box tomorrow, for Meadowlands Thursday, and hopefully he gets in, and hopefully he gets a good post. So see how that goes. Beetlejuice Blue Chip. He's doing well. He's doing very well. So he's moving along. He's jogging. He's broke wearing the harness equipment now, and he's doing his work and getting his jogging miles in. So he looks really good. He's a nice looking crazy wow colt. Um, and for some reason, I think Crazy Wow is a really good sire, and he actually proved it, when he was in New York for a few years. But so I'm glad he's back in New York, and I'm glad we have him. He's 150 $150 a share, $15,000 horse. He's no brainer. So to take a shot at, and you never know what he can be. That's why I love the BB game. Beyond the Rules, same thing. She's doing kindergarten, and she's doing the same thing that Beetlejuice is doing in Lexington. So she's moving along nicely. Um, where else? Anola. Anola is not far away. So I would say between I keep telling everyone 1 to 2 weeks. She's probably 1 to 2 weeks away from qualifying, and then she'll get rolling, and she's probably going to be Saratoga, Meadowlands, Yonkers, wherever she fits best, for the whole winter. So we're happy to have her back. She's a nice one of our top horses. She was an open trotter for a long time for this summer at Tioga. Did really good first the boys, so she's back. She's doing great. So hopefully she qualifies, like I said, in a week or two. Um, Geologic, same as Adios Marlindi. No news is good news. He's hanging out. It's a well-deserved break in the farm with Paul. Gretzky the Great. Um, uh, Gretzky the Great. He's still not exactly where Rob wants him to be from a swim stamina perspective. Like my hunter, you all saw when the people who were at Big Z last time, and you saw him swimming for 25 minutes. That was intense. So intense as in like even like there's no way I could survive like 5 minutes of that. So maybe if I'm like super in shape, like maybe I could do 10 minutes. I don't know, 15 minutes, but that was something else. So he was swimming for 25 minutes, and that's where he wants Gretzky to get to. He's just not there yet. But with that being said, we're probably gonna race him next week anyway. So he's in the box probably tomorrow, Monday, for Poconos for the last I think it might be the last day of their meet. And Saturday for Monday in the box Monday for Saturday next week at Poconos. And don't expect him to be crazy good, he's like I said, he's been swimming. He's been trying to get his swimming stamina up. He hasn't been doing the typical jogging and training. We've got him back on the same routine that we had him when we had him as a racehorse with Paul Kelly, and Ricky Bucci had him after us, which is a swimming program. And it's not that he needs it. It's not like he has feet or anything type of issues like that. It's more mental. It's a mental thing. It chills him out, and it helps him to just relax and just be more calm on the racetrack. Um, so that's his story. So he'll be in. He might be a little short, but we'll see. Maybe he'll surprise us and actually just be like the same old, Gretzky. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, he should be making his debut um, next week, assuming all goes well. Unless Rob says, "Oh, I want another week for swimming to get him where he wants him to be," but he hasn't said that as of now. So I would assume we're gonna be in. So that's Gretzky. So that's He's in the box Monday, most likely for Saturday. Invictus, same thing. He just got a normal week off last week. He's a 3-year-old. He's a very lightly raced 3-year-old. He only raced 7 times as a 2-year-old. I think he raced 13 times as a 3-year-old. 7 times as a 2-year-old, 13 times as a 3-year-old. That's like really lightly raced. And so he raced 3 times in a row for us. Really good actually. So excellent. Like I said earlier on, he's a bargain. Got 20,000. But he'll be in the box tomorrow, Monday, for Sunday at Saratoga. He still fits that class for one more win. So you got to take advantage. When you fit a class like that perfectly, like a glove, you got to take advantage of it. So he's still in there. And with Jay Randall, and we'll see how he goes. Hopefully, draws well, keep the good times going. Um, just Rose's luck. She wasn't in last week. Same reason as Invictus, but not, same overall reason. She was getting the week off, so she's been racing hard, really hard, every single week for like 5 or 6 weeks in a row. And she's just a tough race mare. We want all our horses to be like her, who just wake up every day and just love their job and train, and then love to go to the track and then race hard, and then they just show up every time. So she's in to go on Tuesday at Plain Ridge, and she got the rail. I didn't look at the program, but I don't know. To me, she got to be near the front on the lead, or if she's not in the lead, she got to go first over like she did that last time over there, and just we got to win. To me, we got to win this race. We got to win this race. We got to win this race, or be second. If we're second, then we should fit this class next week, for the final week of Plain Ridge. But so that's probably like best case scenario, I guess, if she comes in second and wins next week. But I kind of always want to win if we can win. So let's hope she can get a win on Tuesday. But if she comes in second or third, it's not the end of the world. She still should fit a second time the following week. Um, but she's in a good spot. She got the rail, Bruce Ranger, and we've been kind of waiting for her to kind of drop to this race. So that's her story. She's doing great though. She's healthy, she's sound, she's strong. Very nice racehorse. Um, um, all right, loving on Louis, same as Beyond the Rules. He's just doing his kindergarten down in Kentucky and moving along nicely. Um, Ma's always right. Same with her, and she just sold out. She just sold out recently, so um, um, somebody just bought the last 5% of her, and for good reason. She's highly, excellent pedigree, really nice looking trotting filly. Massachusetts bred too, so she's doing well. My Hunter, nothing to note on My Hunter. He's going to be turned out for another week or so, and then week or two, and then he'll begin swimming. And then kind of like what we're talking about with Gretzky, he'll begin swimming, and he got to build up the stamina again. So that's his story, and he's doing well, and everyone who has Mine Hunter, think if you have a horse that has a bone bruise and he's doing 52 and 3 at Yonkers, versus really good horses with a 55 back half, and he's doing that 55 back half like on a regular basis. I wish all my horses had bone bruises like that, to be honest. So he doesn't have anything serious, thank goodness. Hang in there. He's a really nice horse, excellent horse. He's probably one of our best horses in the barn. So um um he just he these claimers, they don't get breaks. So, and a lot of these claimers are excellent, excellent horses. They just get raced way too hard week after week after week after week. And there's specific reasons why. I'm not going to get into that right now, but um, he's a really nice horse and he deserves this break. It's kind of like just Rose's luck when she got that cut and then she got the break that we didn't want her to get, but it was forced because she got the injury. Um, he's getting the break, and um, he deserves it. He's so good. So, that's just he's fine. He's healthy. He's sound, and that bone bruise diagnosis was the best case scenario. So he's good. He'll be back. So like I said, targeting December qualifier, late December qualifier, sometime in January qualifier. So that's the story with him. He's doing fine. Moneyman, he's in the sale tomorrow. We talked about that earlier. We'll see how that goes. He likes that. He stands out in that sale. He's kind of like to talking to Paul earlier, he really stands out. He really is like the one that probably everyone's going to key in on. Um, he doesn't break. He gets around the half, he gets around the 5/8, gets around the mile. He doesn't break. He's been racing against some of the top horses out there. And he's with Paul, who's a reputable trainer, who's no games, no shenanigans, and he's hot commodity. So we'll see how that goes. And but it's he does have a lot of wins and he does have a lot of money made, so he doesn't fit like a lot of those like easy races. So that's why it's hard to determine the price. I'm thinking somewhere between he can go as low as 35 to as you know, to 50 or more. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. So we'll just see how that goes. That's tomorrow. So he's in at the preferred equine online sale tomorrow. Um, on I think they usually starts in the afternoon, like 2 o'clock. So for all the Money Man owners, you can kind of key in on that to see how he does. Um, on tap, Lindy. Uh, He's same thing as Miles Always Right, Loving on Louie. He's just doing kindergarten down in Kentucky. I think his sister actually, his younger sister or older sister actually, Walner older sister actually just won a kindergarten race. I think. I gotta check. Meaning, he's got a nice family. So, um, we'll see. I don't want to go too crazy. Just won a kindergarten race, but it's not like she won the Hambletonian. But it's good to have when you have an immediate family member who has a win, especially a stakes win. Helps he doesn't have broodmare value, but it kind of gives you an idea. Like, all right, his mother is actually producing winners. So, whereas when we bought him, he had nobody, no siblings who are winners, or at least winners in a certain time, in a certain speed. So now we kind of know. All right, so his mother produced a winner. So that's his story. I don't know if it was kindergarten. It might have been another race. It wasn't in a kindergarten. It was a New Jersey Standardbred Development Fund. That's what it was. Um, so that's his story. Seen Lindy, same thing as on tap Lindy. She's just in kindergarten down in Kentucky doing her job. No news is good news. And Seven Seagrams, same thing. She's in Big Z, uh, jogging every day. No news is good news. You're gonna hear that a lot from me for a while on the babies, and that's fine. That's how it is. Literally, they wake up every day and they're just jogging, and then they get a shower, then they're kind of hanging out the rest of the day, and that's what they're gonna do between now and the end of the year, pretty much. You know, that's all they're doing, and that's what you want. You just want them to build up, jog. It's like us. It's like me right now. I'm so out of shape. If I were to I can't just go start sprinting. I'm so out of shape. If I go start sprinting right now, I'm gonna tear every muscle in my body and be in the hospital. She these years, I'd have to go jogging for a long time or walking or whatever to build up that stamina to do something like that. So same story with the yearlings. They've never done any exercise. They've, maybe very little. So they're building that foundation. So that's what's going on with them. Um, Ship's Revenge. We can watch that race real quick because that one was a Houdini act of Magical. It actually make Magical Mike Merton pulled the Houdini act with this one. Gonna rip my hair out watching this race, but it worked out. All's well that ends well. So um, you know, in the end, it worked out. So this is Ship's Revenge, Magical Mike Merton at Monticello. And she doesn't have a ton of gate speed, so I don't blame him for coming off the pace. I thought she had a little more watching her videos before we bought her, and she has kind of like okay, she has like average gate speed. She can defend her post position pretty much, and she could get off, but she's not flying off. She's not, like I said, Enola, Soho Skyfall types. Even Gretzky when you see him, she's not one of those types that kind of fly off the gate. Um, she's kind of more like Invictus. She'll kind of hold her spot type of thing. She can defend her position. Whereas like Artist Best is like he's definitely not. He definitely can't really get off that hard anymore. He used to, but he's getting older. But anyway, that's her right there in the 5 hole. I think we were 7-1, and they're he's just going around the track right here. This is like nothing going on in this race, and um, this right here killed me. So that 6 horse went around Magical Mike Merton. And then this other horse went around, and at this point, I'm like, I'm going berserk right now because I'm just like, I don't even know. It looks like he's not even trying. It looks like the horse is 150-1 the way this thing has been driven right now, and I'm it's yeah, and I at least thought the seven horse of course starts going backwards, so you can't get behind the seven. So then, thank goodness that four got off the rail. So then we kind of sneak up to four. But this is not where you want to be on a half. This is not where you want, especially to win a race. Um, but some drivers are more conservative. So I'm not. By the way, I'm joking around this race. I'm not bashing, the drive or Mike Merton at all. I'm just saying some drivers are usually more conservative than others. So Mike Merton's more of a conservative driver, and this was a conservative drive. So he was coming off the pace, and thank goodness right here, thank goodness she finished super strong. So he asked of her right there a little bit, and then she gave, and she came. She actually finished stronger than everybody else in this race. Came in third. She came in third, thankfully, and she finished stronger, like I said, than everybody else, in the race. And she has so all's well that ends well. She came in third, and but and that's really what matters. Top three. I always say one to two is the bet is what we're always looking for. Top three is if you get third, it's still very good. Um, so it ends well, and that's just a conservative drive, and I don't mind that too. Every now and then you get a conservative drive to try to give your best chance to get a check. Nothing wrong with that. Remember, we gotta take what we can with these races. We gotta we we gotta take what we can, and sometimes it's not best to go first over and things like that. But me personally, I prefer first over. I'm more of a first over guy. Uh, just if the horse goes backwards, then so be it. But um you know, I'm not a driver, so the drivers know much more than I do. So and you can see it worked out great here. So she's in to go on Monday, and she got the rail in actually lower level race. I think she's the favorite in there, and hopefully we go wire to wire. So we'll see how that goes. Skybox, we'll do Skybox, and he he raced. He was a favorite this race. He was the six horse, and kind of what we were actually. It's kind of like similar to Ship's Revenge race. He's the six horse right here, and I know Skybox, and we've owned him now for like 3 or 4 years, and I was hoping we got off the gate a little harder, and kind of like to me right here. This is Oh, actually he was sitting there. Maybe I'm thinking about the wrong race. So he was sitting here in that four hole, so that's good. Um, So I take it back. I take it back. This is actually fine. So you're sitting in the four hole. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You always want them to be closer, especially if you're the favorite, 3 to 5 shot. I would have like that one looks like he was kind of surprised that he was able to get the lead. I kind of would have liked to just keep pushing to be on the lead here, but hey, like I said, we're owners. I'm not a driver, and but it's a Skybox. He's kind of been like an interesting horse all year, up and down. Like it seems like whenever he started getting in a good run, something happens, and we're finally racing him kind of week after week after week after week, which is good. The horse needs to be raced every week, and he's actually a pretty big horse, for an EL Titan. And there he is. He's going first over, and I'm a big fan of first over. I love first over. So he's going first over. I don't mind that at all, at all. And and he's kind of that's not his game, by the way. What we're watching here, where he goes first over is his game, so but he usually is a horse. Like when we've had him, he's been a horse that's kind of like on the lead a lot, and that's usually kind of when he did really well. And there he is, though. He's fighting that one. And right here, like right there, I thought we were gonna just blow past this horse and just win by 5 lengths. And unfortunately, that one he showed us that, or she, I can't remember if it's he or she. That one showed us that it's they're a good horse too. So you know he's making his Skybox. He kind of like that one. He's a good horse. So we came in second here, and I really wanted to win. I can't complain for a second. We've gotten like a million amount of seconds this year. It's unbelievable how many seconds we've gotten. But that one isn't bad. He's a good playing rich horse, and I'm pretty sure that one. Um, I'm pretty sure that one. It's a Crazy Wow. It's a Crazy Wow who actually did well in New York. It's crazy. Like I tell you, Crazy Wow horses. I'm a big fan of Crazy Wow. You know. So anyway, that Skybox. He's in to go. He's racing tomorrow. Actually, he's in to go tomorrow. course, he draws a 7 post again. He doesn't draw inside anymore for some reason. So he got the 7 post, and he is, um, I think it's like 7-2 morning line, and we'll see how it goes. Like I'm really hoping that we kind of what we just saw, get off the gate and kind of like sit fourth or something, and then go first over. We'll see if that can happen. Um, and that's Skybox, but he's in tomorrow, and hopefully whatever happens tomorrow doesn't, he's back in again the following week to just kind of finish out the Plainridge meet, and then then we'll kind of figure out kind of what the game plan is with Skybox after that. Um, so that's his story, and let's hope that he can actually, he can do well again tomorrow. He's actually, he's getting pretty good purses this month, so hopefully he can do well again tomorrow. Uh, s- so Soho Skyfall is next, similar to Enola. He's probably a week behind her, so she's 1 to 2 weeks. He's probably 2 to 3 weeks from qualifying, and it's just because he had a cough and he missed like a week of training, but he trained recently last week, and Rob said he was good. So so yeah, he's on his way. He's about 2 to 3 weeks away, and the same as Enola, he'll be targeted for Yonkers, Saratoga, Meadowlands, and for the whole winter. And um, he's a really nice horse. He can do like Gretzky is more like a mile type horse. 5/8 kind of like the lowest he can do. He can't really do a half too well. He really struggles in those turns. Soho Skyfall, he could do it all. He could do a half. He could do 5/8. He can do a mile. Although we haven't done him on a mile yet. Um, he's done it in Australia, and but we're looking forward to getting him rolling again. When you get a horses who are versatile like that, him and the Nola types, or just Rose's Luck, other horses like that are versatile to be really good on all those tracks. It's huge. So, very looking forward to him coming back, and he deserved that break. He just had, he had a very, I think he won like 6 or 7 times for us this summer. He made a lot of money in those couple of months he raced. So, very nice horse, and he's coming back. So Solar Queen, same as seven Seagrams, doing her job. Nothing to note really. No news is good news. She's doing great. She's jogging, getting her work in, and we kind of got the whole for New York, we got the whole sire, band. We got Back of the Neck with Paul. We got a Crazy Wow. We got a Mets Hall. We got in New Jersey. We got a 6 pack. So we got kind of like a bunch of everything, and I like that. I like to me, even though like Paul likes to do those nice really top sires, Walner, Chapter 7. Those are expensive though, and I've always kind of liked those second tier ones, EL Titan, Crazy Wow, International Money. You know. Mets Hall is like not more like even second or third tier, but he's produced some monsters, or one monster in Sir Pinocchio. Um, so and then 6 pack obviously had a Hambo winner this year. So yeah, I like those second tiers. They're usually cheaper, and you can still really get nice horses from there. So, and then last but not least, the second chapter. So he's just turned out. Nothing new to know. He's with Paul and his farm, and we are waiting for him next year. So, with that being said, this is a video for the last week. Have a good week, and as we always say, good luck with your horses, and take care. Thank you.